How did the two of you meet?
Jane?
We were both attending the University of Utah, and we had a friend who called me, one of his friends called me and said, would you line me up with a girl that is a friend of yours? And I said, sure. And he called me back a few days later and he said, I've lined you up too. And I said, I didn't want to line up. He said, well, this guy's dying to go out with you.
I'd never heard of her.
And then he called him and said the same thing. This girl's dying to go out with you.
She'd never heard of me.
So we went on this date, and neither one of us wanted to be there. We doubled with the friends, and that's what he wanted. He wanted someone to double date with him. And so we went on this, and the whole night, it seemed to me, he told me these jokes that were not funny at all. And I kept trying to be polite and kind of laugh at them, and we did not have a good time. I remember coming home after the date, and Mom said, well, how was it? And I said, well, there's one date. I said that I'm glad it's over, and I said, I'm sure he'll never ask me out again. We just did not do very well together. And so then, a few days later, his mother told him that with a lineup, to be polite, you have to ask her out again.
And I resisted. I felt the same way.
So he asked me out, and I thought, oh, I really don't want to go. And then my mother said, you have to go. If you're free, you have to go out with boys. If it's a nice boy, you have to go out with him. You can't just say no when you know that you're available that night. So I think our mothers got us together. So I went out with him the second time, and then I needed a date for a sorority party that I was in charge of. So I asked him, and the third date, we started connecting and really having fun together. But what was funny about it is after we started dating for a few weeks, he asked me to their Sunday dinner. And so I went to their house, and I was very worried. I thought, oh my word. I mean, here I have a father that was not a member of the church, and my mother, we didn't read scriptures at our house. And so all of a sudden I thought, oh my word, I've got to know the scriptures if I'm going to his house. I mean, his father's an apostle. I'm afraid he's going to quiz me. I was really worried. So I went to their house for dinner, and not only did he not quiz me, but he never said, do you read the scriptures? I was so grateful he didn't ask me, because at that time I was not into scripture reading. And so the thing that was so funny though is he told the same jokes that Dick told on our first date. Oh.